Most drivers think changing an air filter is simple. Pop it out, drop in a new one. Done. But what if I told you that doing it the wrong way could actually reduce horsepower, waste fuel, and even shorten your engine's life? Here's the shocking truth. In a series of lab tests on 30 modern engines, from Toyota to Ford to BMW, over 70% of drivers who replace their air filters themselves actually hurt their engine performance. And it's not because the filters were bad, it's because of how they changed them. Stay till the end, because I'll show you the single biggest mistake 9 out of 10 people make when installing air filters, and a trick used by professional tuners to boost airflow without voiding your warranty. Section 1. How modern air filters actually work and why it's not about clean versus dirty. Most people think air filters are just about keeping dust out, but in reality they're precision airflow regulators. Modern filters, especially on newer engines with mass airflow sensors, MAF, are designed to balance filtration and air velocity. Too much restriction, you choke the engine. Too little, you let in micro-abrasives that cause wear. In fact, a slightly used air filter often performs better than a brand new one. That's right, a thin layer of trapped dust actually helps trap more particles, improving efficiency. According to a car and driver test using identical vehicles, the car with a 3,000-mile used air filter produced identical horsepower and better fuel economy compared to one with a brand new filter. So changing your air filter too early isn't extra care. It's wasted money and possibly lost performance. Section 2. Common mistake. Number 1. Installing the filter backwards. Sounds too dumb to be true, right? Yet it's one of the most common real-world mistakes. Air filters are directional, meaning they have a front and back. Usually one side is reinforced with mesh or ribs to handle the incoming air pressure. Install it backwards, and instead of filtering, you're collapsing it against the airflow, deforming the pleats, and leaving gaps around the edges. That's how dust bypasses the filter entirely. And those gaps are like tiny sandblasters aimed right at your intake manifold. A longtime Ford technician once said, "Every third intake rebuild I do is from dust scoring caused by bad filter installation, not poor oil." Moral of the story: always check for directional arrows or airflow indicators printed on the filter. If none are visible, remember, the side with structural mesh faces the airflow. Section 3. Common mistake number 2. Using oiled cotton filters without cleaning sensors. You've seen them. Shiny aftermarket oiled filters claiming to improve horsepower and sound. And yes, they do improve airflow, but at a price. Those oil-coated fibers can release micro-oil droplets that contaminate your mass airflow sensor, MAF, the small sensitive device measuring incoming air. Once that MAF gets coated, your car's computer starts misreading data, adding too much or too little fuel. Result? Rough idle, poor mileage, and in extreme cases, check engine lights. A Toyota technical bulletin even warns dealerships that MAF sensor failure due to oiled filters isn't covered under warranty. If you're using one of these filters, you must clean your MAF every 6,000 to 10,000 miles using dedicated sensor cleaner. Not brake cleaner, not WD-40, and definitely not compressed air. Otherwise, your $60 performance upgrade could become a $400 repair. Section 4. Common mistake number 3. Forgetting to clean the airbox. Here's a secret that almost no one does, and mechanics use it to spot lazy filter jobs instantly. Whenever you change an air filter, look inside the airbox, that plastic housing around the filter. If it's dusty, you've already lost. Because when you install a new filter into a dirty airbox, all that loose dust and sand gets sucked right back in, instantly contaminating your clean filter. Professional mechanics always use a shop vacuum or compressed air to blow out the box before inserting a new filter. That one simple step can extend filter life by 25 to 30%, according to Bosch maintenance studies. So next time, before you close that lid, take 60 seconds to clean it. You're not just swapping a filter, you're preserving your intake system. Section 5. Common mistake number 4. Not sealing the edges properly. Even the best filter won't protect your engine if it's not seated right. This is especially true for snap-lid airboxes found in modern cars. If the rubber gasket around the filter isn't compressed evenly, air sneaks through the edges. And here's the scary part. You'll never see that dirt because it bypasses the filter completely, going straight into your throttle body. A veteran GM engineer once said, "I'd rather see a dirty filter installed right than a clean filter installed wrong." The fix. Before you secure the clips or screws, run your finger around the seal to make sure it's flush. If one corner feels loose, open it and reseat it. A 2-second habit that could save your engine thousands in wear. Section 6. Common mistake number 5. Forgetting cabin air filters. Yes, they affect engine health too. This one shocks people every time. Your cabin filter isn't just for your comfort. It actually affects your engine's airflow too. In most modern vehicles, the HVAC and intake systems share a partial vacuum zone. When your cabin filter is clogged, it increases internal resistance, indirectly reducing how efficiently air moves through the entire system. In fact, a Hyundai technical bulletin notes that neglected cabin filters can cause idle instability and MAF misreadings on some models. Replace your cabin filter every 12,000 to 15,000 miles, not for the air you breathe, but for the air your car breathes. Section 7. The right way to check an air filter without removing it. Here's a pro mechanic trick. Don't touch your filter unless you have to. Constantly removing and reinstalling it can damage seals and introduce debris. Instead, use a bright flashlight and shine it from behind the filter. If you can see a faint glow through the pleats, it's still good. If it's completely dark and light can't pass, it's time for replacement. This method is quick, accurate, and avoids unnecessary handling. Section 8. The right type of filter for your driving style. Let's talk about something most people never consider: matching your filter type to your driving style. Because not all filters are created equal. There are 3 main types of engine air filters used today: paper, cellulose filters; cheap, disposable, highly efficient; synthetic, foam or fiber blend; filters, better flow, moderate dust protection; performance cotton/oiled filters, high airflow, but require precise maintenance. Here's what manufacturers don't tell you. If you drive mostly in urban or dusty conditions, a good quality paper filter will outperform a high-flow oiled filter every single time. Why? Because paper filters trap smaller particles and maintain consistent efficiency even as they load up with dirt. But if you drive in open highways or performance conditions, where airflow demand spikes at higher RPMs, then a synthetic or dry cotton filter can deliver more oxygen to the cylinders, improving throttle response slightly. That's why experts from K&N Engineering and Bosch Automotive both agree. There's no universal best filter, only the best for your environment and engine design. So before buying into hype, ask yourself, where do you drive? How often do you accelerate hard? And how often do you clean? Because your filter should match you, not your favorite influencer's car. Section 9. The hidden danger: MAF sensor contamination from cleaning products. Now let's talk about what not to do when cleaning. Many drivers trying to help their engines spray brake cleaner, carb cleaner, or WD-40 near the intake area. Big mistake. Those chemicals are too harsh. They can dissolve the platinum or nickel film inside the MAF sensor. Once that happens, your sensor will send false readings forever. A mechanic can't fix that. It must be replaced. If you ever need to clean a MAF sensor, only use a dedicated MAF sensor cleaner. It's formulated to evaporate instantly without residue. A few sprays, let it dry 10 minutes, and reinstall. That $8 might save you a $400 repair bill and keep your fuel trims stable. Section 10. How to clean a reusable filter the right way. If you're using a reusable filter like K&N or AEM, cleaning it wrong is worse than not cleaning it at all. Here's the correct method. Tap out loose debris gently. Never hit the filter. Spray cleaner from the clean side out so you push dirt away, not deeper in. Let it soak for 10 minutes, don't scrub. Rinse from the inside out using low pressure water. Let it air dry completely. Never use a heat gun or sunlight. Re-oil sparingly, evenly. Too much oil will choke sensors. This process restores performance safely and keeps the microfibers intact. Done right, A reusable filter can last up to 500,000 miles, practically the life of the car. Section 11. Bonus. The $0 trick to improve airflow instantly. Here's a free mechanic hack that takes 2 minutes. Most vehicles have a small resonator box or silencer tube between the air filter and throttle body. Its job: quiet the intake noise. But that chamber can collect dust and oil vapor over time, disrupting airflow. Simply remove the intake hose, wipe inside that box with a microfiber towel, and reinstall. You'll instantly improve airflow smoothness and throttle response without changing a thing. Think of it as your car's breathing exercise. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed a difference in performance after changing your air filter? For better or worse? Drop your story in the comments below. Let's see how many of us have been doing it wrong all along.